Hello everyone, today I'm making a quick little video about this 2018 Chevrolet Traverse, and I'm providing some tips and tricks and information for how to change the oil on it yourself at home. So for this particular project you're going to need SAE 5W30 engine oil. This is where you take this cap off. This is where you fill the oil. This is the oil dipstick to check the level. Underneath the vehicle, go underneath with my light. Just give me a second here while I get the camera into position. Okay, so underneath the vehicle, you can see here, this right here, there we go, this right here is the oil pan, the drain plug bolt that will need to be removed to drain the old dirty engine oil out of the engine. And I'm going to show this oil filter to you from both ways. So this right here is the engine oil filter. You can easily access it from the bottom, from underneath the vehicle. When you're putting taking it off and putting it on, you should be able to get it off by hand. If the person before you didn't put it on way too tight. If you can't get it off by hand, you need to get yourself an oil filter wrench that fits this particular size of oil filter, and with the wrench you can easily get it off if it's stuck on there. I'm also going to show you that it's probably easier to access this from the top of the vehicle, which this is the first GM vehicle I've ever worked on where it's actually easy to get to the oil filter from the top. But as you can see, there it is right there, and it's very easy to reach down and access the oil filter on this particular vehicle. So good job GM for designing it this way. Probably one of the easier vehicles I've ever worked on for doing an oil change. So I think in terms of the location of everything, we've covered all that. I'll show you, if you're doing this at home, you will want a shop light. So there's the shop light. You will want to have that. The wrench that you'll need, just use a 3/8 wrench. You don't want to use a big heavy duty wrench for getting that, as I mentioned before, that oil drain pan, that plug, that bolt. You don't want to use a big wrench for taking it off or getting it on. You just need a 3/8 inch wrench like this, and it is a 15 millimeter socket that you need that fits that bolt there in that drain pan. Okay, so the other thing that you're going to need when doing it is a tray or a pan to catch the used oil when it drains out of the engine. I like this particular pan because it's got this spout, so it makes it easy to transfer the used oil into, and I recommend having this, a plastic jug or a large container. This particular container holds about maybe 10 oil changes worth of oil. So, you can do many oil changes, keep this in your, the corner of your garage or something. And then when it's full, you can take it to your local recycling center to have the oil disposed of properly in an environmentally safe way. And a lot of local municipalities or counties, they will recycle the oil for free at no cost. And sometimes even you can take it to service centers where they will take the oil and it will be recycled for free. So it's important when you're doing the oil changes at home, always make sure that you are capturing the used oil and then making sure that you dispose of it properly at a qualified recycling center. You're going to want to put your vehicle run the front wheels up on ramps. It makes it easier to get underneath. And you can see that I have a big piece of cardboard down here, and that makes life a lot easier and a bit more comfortable when you're trying to get underneath the vehicle. You're not working on a cold concrete floor. What else can I tell you? Oh yeah, I will show you for this particular vehicle the oil life reset. So I'll just kind of get into the driver's side here. Okay. All right, so we are in the driver's seat of the Traverse, and what you're going to want to do is turn the vehicle on. And it's telling me the hood is open. That's okay. Turn the radio off. And you can see that I have 18% oil life remaining. Now, all you have to do is, so you can cycle through the different display options just with the up and down arrows here. So I'm just going to cycle back to the oil life. And to reset it, after you've got the oil in the vehicle, you just press the check mark and it resets. Probably one of the easier vehicles I've ever worked on in terms of resetting the oil life. Excellent work, GM. Another good and easy design feature for this vehicle. I've worked on other vehicles where you have to go through so many different menu settings to actually get to it, the oil life reset, that it's kind of a pain. This is very easy. So with all that being said, the oil change on the 2018 Chevy Traverse is really quite easy. You're going to need SAE 5W30 motor oil. You're going to need an oil filter. Recommend getting the oil filter maybe just at the dealer or at your local auto parts store. And yeah, the big thing for me is it's a relatively small engine, 3.6 liter engine. Takes 5.7 liters of oil. These vehicles take a lot of oil. So I hope this video was useful, and yeah, if you found it helpful, like or subscribe to my channel. Thank you very much.